This is a revisit video, sorta. In one of my very first videos I put on YouTube, this record player was featured playing Elton John's Elderberry Wine. This is this Newcomb model EDP-20B. And the date codes on everything are from 1973. I've had this thing for probably close to 10 years now. It's sat all this time. I needed to work on it. When I got it, the rubber mat on the turntable platter was warped horribly, and upon trying to take it off, I messed the paint up. So I finally got around to doing it nearly 10 years later, where I'm waiting for it to set. It's actually sitting under that heavy desk lamp there. I repainted it, and I re-glued the rubber mat back down with RTV silicone, and it worked. Actually, I already did it once, but there's a little lip that didn't quite get the silicone in, and it's a little wrinkled still, but it is working. I'll show when it's done. This is the underside of this record player. First time I ever had it apart. It needed a part because I had to deoxit the potentiometers. There's the motor. That is an actual oil port on top. And those three capacitors there are the filter caps. It has a fuse. And here's the speaker. It's a big 6x9. And here's the inside of this. And also the speaker is suspended on springs too. So nothing's going to vibrate one another. And the power, it has a schematic right here. That's the power amplifier transistor right there. And here it is, all reassembled. The color paint I used on the turntable platter is a lighter tan, but it goes more with this, and it's a nice color contrast. When I originally painted it, it was a similar brown to this right here, but I had a problem with that paint, and I ended up redoing it for different paint I had. But I like the color contrasting right there. So that turned out nice. I Vinyl-X'd the vinyl covering on the case, and it's real slick and shiny now. It works beautifully. And here's a close-up shot of all the controls. The permanent marker in there, which is barely visible, that's the best I could do to get it cleaned off without damaging the original paint. And there's your model number. 117 volts. It says it's in hertz, so it is from the 70s on this. Has a line level auxiliary input, an RCA jack, volume, your treble, your bass, a line level output to tape, monaural, and headphones or extension speaker. And your power switch, which consists of power on and pause. All pause does is release the idler wheel and puts the brake on. Here's the instructions right here. You can tell this one, the instructions are from an older model because it actually says 60 cycle outlet. Tells you how to use the pickup arm cartridge. Turntable speed. This does do 16, 33, 45, and 78 speeds. It has volume control, of course. In my high school, I remember going through them. The one model did have only single tone control. This one has individual tone controls. Instructions on how to fold the cord, as I did right there. One of the really good ones did have a tempo control and stroboscope. I remember that. We had one model in high school in the AV room. Auxiliary input, tape recording. Microphone input, this does not have. Public address system, this does not have that either. And has a static number 89T cartridge, which this one is still good. It is the glossy paper. I put Novus over top of it. But overall, I love these record players. This is a Newcomb. I want to get an Audiotronics. I want to get a Caliphone with a big 12-inch speaker in the lid. I mean, this thing sounds fantastic. It's hard to judge from a video on YouTube, but I mean, it has really good low-end bass. I mean, you can hear it everywhere. It has really good treble response too. And this is just a ceramic cartridge turntable. But yeah, there you go. Okay, and right here is going to be an instrumental cover of The Beat Goes On.